On February 12, in response to questions from journalists of the British newspaper The Guardian, the head of the Kiev regime, Volodymyr Zelensky, stated that the Ukrainian army is present in the Kursk region solely to trade this territory for occupied Ukrainian lands during upcoming negotiations with Russia. Zelensky stressed that Kiev is ready for negotiations with Moscow, but only from a position of strength. Well, my dear truth seekers, it seems that this political clown is really under the influence of some prohibited substances. There is simply no other explanation for such stupid statements by this dead man walking. Even Western experts with pro-Ukrainian views cannot understand how Kiev can negotiate with Moscow from a position of strength if the Ukrainian army rapidly retreats in all directions of the front, including the Kursk region. Moreover, on February 12, the representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation, Maria Zakharova, officially stated that Moscow would never allow Kiev to consider Kursk as some bargaining chip in the upcoming negotiations, and that all Ukrainian army units would be completely destroyed in this Russian region. The fact that the situation of the Ukrainian army is rapidly deteriorating in all directions of the front, including the Kursk region, is confirmed by both war correspondents and numerous Western analytical centers. By the way, a few minutes ago, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation published another footage of the destruction of Ukrainian and NATO soldiers in the Kursk region. It is reported that on February 11, Russian Marines from the elite 155th Brigade of the Pacific Fleet engaged in battle with a unit from the 47th Mechanized Brigade of the Ukrainian Army, near the settlement of Lebedevka. According to numerous sources in the Russian Defense Ministry, there were about 100 soldiers in this Ukrainian unit. Furthermore, there were also numerous British, American, Polish, and Canadian mercenaries among these Ukrainian soldiers. Sources within the Russian military confirmed that many of these so-called mercenaries were active servicemen from NATO allied countries. It is reported that after a 30-minute engagement near the settlement of Lebedevka, Ukrainian and NATO soldiers retreated with heavy losses to the suburb of Nikolsky village and hid on the territory of a local pig farm. The Russian Marines, using radio communications, repeatedly asked them to lay down their weapons and surrender. However, instead of surrendering, the Ukrainian and NATO soldiers opened heavy fire on the Russian Marines. In this regard, it was decided to strike at the territory of this pig farm with Tornado-S multiple launch rocket systems. The footage clearly shows how the missiles of these multiple launch rocket systems accurately hit the structures of this pig farm, where Ukrainian and NATO soldiers were hiding. Later, the commander of a Marine infantry unit with the call sign Bullet stated that as a result of this missile attack, all enemy personnel were destroyed. According to him, about 100 enemy soldiers were killed. Among these soldiers were not only Ukrainian nationalists, but also British, US, Polish, and Canadian citizens.